Yeah, guys, good night, good night. The time is like 25 to 11, right? So, guys, I know you all haven't been seeing me for a while, right? Um, so, you know, sometimes, people have a lot of things to do, and you know how it does go. So, basically, most of the time when I do my videos and things, like when I have time, right? I'm not the one to just go about every day and do like videos, right? It's like if I'm traveling or something very exciting happening, and I'll do something, right? So bear with me. Um, I know last time I promised you all that, that I wanted to go Aruba, and we end up in Curacao, right? Um, the reason why it is we didn't go Aruba is because last minute we found out that Curacao is I mean Aruba is not something that you get a direct flight from Trinidad to go directly Aruba. So it's like you have to take a connecting flight to Panama, right? And the flight from here to Panama will take roughly about 2 hours, right? My flight is 3:49 in the morning, so I have to check in by 12:30, right? So I'll leave here around 11. It's 25 to 11, right? So I'll chat with you guys a little bit, right? And then from Panama, I have to do like a 5 hour or close to 5 hours layover before I take the next flight to go to Aruba, right? The flight to Aruba is probably the same. I think it's about the same amount of time from here to Panama. It's about 2 hours. But when I reach Panama, I'll have to do a layover, right? Yeah, so I'm kind of excited because I always wanted to go Aruba, and the time has reached, so I thank God for that. And I'll be staying in the Palm Beach area, right? That is close to Palm Beach itself. And from reviews and things, I know they say Palm Beach and Eagle Beach is one of the most beautiful beach in the world. So the last time when we were in Curacao was very nice. I love Curacao. So I'm hoping that although I see things I did reviews about Aruba and saw like videos and things on YouTube, I want to go and experience it, physically for myself and give a review on it. Because sometimes when you watch something on TVs, when you go is a different thing. So, but from what I see, it looked real good. Curacao didn't disappoint, and I had did reviews with regards to Curacao and to see how the places and thing. And when I went it was just like how I saw it on YouTube. Is the same way I saw it in real. So I believe the same will apply to Aruba. Aruba and Curacao is neighboring islands. The thing about Curacao is more Dutch influence, and Aruba is more Americanized. And a lot of people more rather the local culture, right? So I went up and I did some reviews with regards to the percentage of people who rather between Curacao and Aruba, and a lot of people say they rather Curacao, right? So everybody had an opinion, but when I go see how it is, and then I get to give my review, because I was in Curacao and Curacao was very nice. So let me just hope when I go and physically see Aruba and check out the beaches and all them sort of thing, if my review will be different to compare to other people. So so I want to leave here by 11, so it's like quarter to 11. So I have some last minute things to ensure that I pack before I leave. So I want to take this time and to go and see about that. And you know, I guess I'll see you guys in Panama. You know, hope you guys wish me a safe flight, right? And yeah, so guess I'll see you guys. Yeah, guys, so I'm officially in Panama here, right? I'm walking along by the gate entrance there. I'll catch my flight to about 10:45, quarter to 11. So yeah, so I have a little time yet. Right, so first time I came to Panama, and the airport nice, you know. So I just went and just like a sandwich. The flight ended up taking like 2 hours, like 2 hours and 45 minutes to reach here from Trinidad. So you know, it was more than the 2 hours that I thought we would have. But when I checked the ticket was same 2 hours, but we reached here like in 2 hours and 45 minutes. From here, I have to go to Aruba, and then that flight taking 2 hours and 45 minutes too. So that flight leaving quarter to 11. So I should reach in Aruba. You know, they have it on the ticket the time I reach in Aruba, and it's saying quarter to 3 this evening. I reach in Aruba. So yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one. Yeah, so peace. Yeah, good morning guys. So I finally made it to Aruba yesterday. I didn't get in contact with you all because I was so exhausted with our traveling, because you know, it's like connecting flights. So I came in yesterday. I went and bought some stuff and things like grocery stuff, and I just came and I just rest, right? Because I was really exhausted, right? Like I said, the layover in Panama was like 5 hours, and I couldn't leave the airport because what they're saying is I couldn't leave the airport to go anywhere and explore anything like that, because what it says is if you're staying like a layover for 8 hours or over 8 hours, you could go outside. But we just was limited to staying in the airport itself, right? So I just take a walk and check out some certain stuff, and just wait for the time to pass. I eat like sandwiches and thing, and that was it. So, and the flight from Panama to come here is actually like it's like an hour and a half, so it wasn't that bad. From Trinidad to Panama was 2 and 3/4 hours. Then you go to Panama, you had a 5 hours layover, and then from Panama to Aruba it's like an hour and a half, so it wasn't bad. So this is the place I was staying here, right? This is Studio Babolet, right in San Miguel, North Aruba, right? You see, like, we have the living room. There are studio, it's a studio apartment, so it's like the bed and living room and everything in one, right? So the bed there, the living room here, you see you have a TV, and this is the toilet and bath here, right? Yeah, and the washing machine is inside here, and we have a closet here, right? I got this cooler here. I could carry this cooler. Then they give me this beach chair here. These chairs on in here I could take to the beach, right? The only thing I might have to I might just have to like rent umbrella on the beach, right? I could carry like drink something in that cooler. You know, and it's just me alone, so it's not like I need a big apartment. It's just me alone, right? So, you know, and the price was reasonable. Have AC, right? And you have a big TV here, right? It have like the wares and this sort of thing here. I didn't take anything in terms of like with a stove or anything, because basically what I'm doing is like, you see, like they have like the microwave, coffee maker, kettle, and this is a what do you call it, oh gosh, you know, where you can make it like your stuff and this sort of thing, right? A cooker, right? And you know, they have the instructions here how to do the eggs and rice and chicken and all this sort of thing, right? Yeah, so I haven't today's my first full day, so I haven't done anything in terms of making, you know, like lunch or whatever the cases. But you know, my plan was just to come and make groceries, like just thing for breakfast, right? And I bought this bread here, right? This bread here. This is a whole wheat with a lot of seeds and all them sort of thing, right? And I had that with egg and salami. So, you know, and that good for me for breakfast. And well, I will be like more buying lunch and thing on the outside, right? And you know, that is it. So is not like, you know, I have to take up all my time and like cooking anything here. It's like just breakfast, because I am out for the whole day, right? So I get lunch outside, and in the evening, you know, dinner. So, you know, I rented this car here. The white car here, right? And this here is the yard, right? So I rented this car here, and I think this is I don't know if this is someone else's car who rents, or the owner's one, but look at the stretch of the property here. I didn't take anything with our swimming pool because beaches are very close by here, right? So actually I'm going to head out now, and you know, check the beaches. What I did was, before I came here, I purchased a eSIM, right? For those who know about the eSIM, right? You could purchase it, and it's something that's built in your phone, right? That you could just activate it, but you have to pay for a plan. Now they have Hollerfly, they have Saily, they have a lot of different network. So I use Saily, and as I touch down in Aruba, I put on the data, wherever the case is, and you know, it connected. So I have internet. Like if I need to use maps and these sort of things to go anywhere, you know it. So Sailys are good from my experience here. from driving yesterday, Saley, because I got this car by the airport, and I use Saley, and and then I use maps, and it took me directly to where I was staying here. So, and then after I went to the grocery, and you know, no problems. So Saley's a good network too if you're doing eSIM. So that is just a recommendation I'll give you all. I don't know about Holofly, because I saw some videos on YouTube where some YouTubers try the Holofly. Yes, Holofly is like unlimited data and thing, but they said they're getting some problems with it when they reach in Aruba, but I don't have no issues with Saley. Saley, I got like a 5 gigabytes for the 7 days, right? And that is enough to stream and WhatsApp and go on Facebook and then even use your Google Maps and them sort of thing, right? So Saleys are good. From my experience, I mean, it's only yesterday, and well, I drive this morning. I'm not going to drive, but it's only yesterday. You know, and I didn't have any problems. So, you know. So yeah, so guys, I'm going to head down to the beach now, right? When I reach down there, I'll touch base with you guys and show you how the situation is down there. So peace. So guys, we reached by Boca Catalina here, right? So Tres Trapeze is about 2 minutes drive from here, right? Here is Boca Catalina, right? Not too far from Tres Trapeze, right? And here have like the palapas and you know that you could use for free, but you have to come early. You have to come early to get them, right? Yeah. Yeah, as you can see, yeah, here is good for like snorkeling too. Tres Trapeze down there. We're seeing that white flag down there. Yeah. Yeah, here is very nice. Here is nice. And you see like they have like I think there's a towboat. You could do like little, you could you know, you could organize to get that, and you know, do a boat tour. Do like you could do like diving and them sort of things. You know, and they have these boys here circling the area where you're supposed to be and where you're not supposed to go beyond. And if you check, if you see behind me here, you see like the palapas and them there, right? And they have some on that side, right? It's free to use, but you gotta come here like you gotta get here early for them to be available, because you know people would come early and take it up and thing, and you know. But other than that, they have like trees There are trees on in the back there where you could shell, where you could shade and things, where you could spread out your towel, or you could bring a beach chair. You know, you could always, if the palapa them not available, you could always shade under them. So you know, so yeah, so see the next boat out there. The next boat out there with like they're doing tours to like snorkel landing. You know? Alright guys, so I don't know if I might take a bait in this water here. I mean, I look right, I could always come back. But if I do, you know, see you guys later.
Yes. Yes, there. Yes. No, not run. Cigarette. You understand me? You're welcome.
I see that.
Yeah, good morning guys. Heading to Marmok. That is a beach like for snorkeling. You know, so I just wanted to give you all a little view of the drive. So this beach is not too far from where I am staying. We have to obviously we have to pass in front of Trace Trappe beach to reach there. And in front of the Palm Beach strip here. So this here we're looking at is on the far, on the left, is part of Trace Trappe Beach. Right, and Trace Trappe is further down. ATVs on them here. I would encourage you all to visit Aruba. Aruba is very nice. You wouldn't be disappointed. The culture and everything is different. The people are very friendly here. They have a lot of their stuff is organized, pretty much organized.
In 300 meters, your destination will be on the left.
You know, so you have to just get familiar with the driving. You know, especially close to the roundabout, you have to make sure and be in the lane, the proper lane, before you reach the roundabout. Because it's not like in Trinidad where you can take any lane.
Your destination is on the left.
Right? It's not like you can take any lane just approaching the roundabout, and then when you reach on the roundabout, just switching lanes. You cannot do that here. Before you reach the roundabout, you're supposed to be in the correct lane. right? And you're following that lane, you can't switch on the roundabout because you can cause serious accident. So yeah, I think I reached my destination here. Just looking to see if I can get a park. Right. So let me just pull up here. Yeah, so let me head out there and I'll chat with you guys in a bit. So I just here relaxing, right? So since I've been to Aruba, you know, it never had a disappointing moment, right? Like I see the people here are very friendly, and you know, there are a lot of facilities around where you get stuff, you know. The beaches are not too far, especially on this side of the island. So most of the persons who come here to stay, they stay more on this side, like North and Palm Beach area, and you know, so it's easy to access the beaches. So if you're thinking about coming here, look to like book a Airbnb, or if you're doing a resort, well, obviously the resort and them will be close to the beach, but like the Airbnbs on them, right? You try to book it close to the side where all the beach and thing is, right? Make sure when you come in here, make sure and walk with snorkel gears and life jackets, right? Because there's a lot of places that you can snorkel. I think the only two calm beaches in terms of, you know, you don't have to carry any snorkels is like Palm Beach and TV Beach. I was there yesterday, and Eagle Beach. They don't have any fishes in terms of snorkeling to see any fishes, but like you go up like Mangal Halto, Tres Trape, Boca Catalina, Malmoc. Those are places you go to do your snorkeling. So bear that in mind. The prices here ain't that expensive. Is when you really do the conversion into your local currency, it come up about the same thing, right? So it's not like it be like a strain on your pocket. So the prices are very reasonable. Although you know some people would say it's expensive here, but I don't think so. Because when I purchase stuff, I try to convert it to our currency, right? And see how much it will cost in TT dollars. when I use the US. You know, after I do the conversion, it's like about the same price for chicken or rotisserie, whatever the case is, you know. And sometimes when I do the conversion, it's cheaper, yeah. So, like I say, it's only when I come and experience it, you just know for sure. Because when I did reviews before, a lot of people say it was expensive. But in my opinion, I don't think it not expensive as people put it. As the same price when I convert it will be the same price. You know, because I bought some baby back ribs, like a big slab, right? And just now I'm gonna show it, right? I have it here. Right, this here is $21.52 guilders, but when I convert it to US is like $11 US, which is like Louis round off the figures to 7 TT to 1 US. So you're looking at 7/10s. Like this is like $70 TT. And look at the big slab. I mean, I haven't opened it yet, right? Is like a big slab. And in Trinidad, you might be paying more for this than $70 TT, right? So, you know, some things are cheaper than where we might pay for in Trinidad, and something are probably the same price. This bread is $2, $2 US. Some tools are like $14 TT, and this here is the healthy bread, right? Is the bread with all the seeds and all them sort of things. So in Trinidad they might pay over $20 for this, and here's just $2 US, which is 7 twos are $14 TT, right? So, in my opinion, some things are cheaper than where we pay in Trinidad, and some things are just the same price. So, don't worry about because as you can see, I show you the price tag here. So, you do your own conversion, right? This is 21.52 guilders, right? And 21.9, let me say 22 guilders, right? When I convert that into US, it come up to like $11 and something US, right? And when I check the US, 7 to 1, 7/10s, right? Or 11 sevens are 77, so you might be paying this here in your currency, Trinidad currency, will be $77, right? And this this is pork chops, right? This you will be paying over $100 for this in Trinidad. Take what I'm telling you. You'll be paying $100, over $100. So this slab of pork chops here in Trinidad, because this is ready to eat, and this you just slice it, right? And you eat it, you know. So that is in my opinion, right? And if you do the conversion, you'll see what I'm talking about. So yeah. So I'm gonna look to organize the rental. I pay like now this place that is a studio I book to stay, and the hosts, right? They organize. They know somebody who rent cars, and they just get it at a cheaper price. So I got it for like $35 a day. So the car came up to $245 US, right? And that's for 7 days. And I didn't have to pay any down payment or anything like that. So, you know, it was and I got the car at the airport. So and to find my way using Google Maps, right? And so far I haven't had any problem right? I used the eSIM and I went through Sally. I used the Sally network, right? I paid 34 US, and that's like for a month with 5 gig data. Just data alone, no calls, just data. I didn't need any local network in terms of calling. I really needed the data on my phone so I could use the Google Maps, right? And that carried me all over the place, and no mishaps with it. So I was going with the Holofly, but I did some review on the Holofly, and a lot of people say that in Aruba here the Holofly, they had some issues with the Holofly, right? So I was checking out another YouTuber, and I messaged him and he asked him, what data network he does use. He told me Sally, and he said he never had any. He had problems with Holofly in Aruba here, but when he used the Sally, he didn't have any problems. So I went with that, and it's true. You don't have any problem with the Sally from the time I touched down here connected. So that is something to bear in mind and keep in mind, right? Like if you all come in, anybody from Trinidad or whoever watching this video, you could, from my experience, this Sally is working very good here to use Google Maps and get around, right? So I'm looking to head out there. Time is like 2:15 in the evening, so I say about 3:15 I might reach down in Baby Beach and spend a couple hours and head back down the road. Now I know Mangel Alto is close to Baby Beach there. They're not too far, so maybe after Baby Beach, if I feel like it, according to the vibes, I might go back by Mangel Alto because I like it, right? So peace out.